Thankful to have this opportunity to be with you on this Thursday. Today I'd like to go to the last chapter that the Spirit of God led the Apostle Paul to write. And this was to Timothy, his beloved son in the faith. As we've often mentioned, Paul was very close to his martyrdom, so his personal comments bear great impact. You can just sense he wants Christianity to go forward in an increasing way, not a decreasing way, which is something that happens sometimes when major leaders go off the scene. And he says in this passage, he's warning Timothy, continue to be an imperial herald, preach the word, and there's going to be a time they're not going to endure sound doctrine, but just be steady. And then he says in verse 5, but watch thou in all things. Endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. Especially want to focus on that first phrase, and watch thou in all things. Be alert, sober, be very spiritually discerning in every area. There's going to be a lot of pressure to change, he's telling Timothy. There's going to be a lot of falsehood that you're going to have to hear. And there's going to be reactions that will hurt you. But be very steady in keeping your focus on the Lord and listening to the Lord and knowing truth. And if you'll do that, he's making it clear here, you'll be able to endure, because he says next, endure afflictions. As the afflictions come, keep that steady spiritual perspective. Now, folks, we really need to keep that in mind. We've got to be thinking right. You have the term sober and watch and the mind of Christ and so forth. All of those speak of right thinking. We are what we think. And if we cannot control our thinking by the Spirit of God, then we're going to be making wrong decisions, wrong evaluations. We're going to do wrong things. And we're not going to react rightly to the pressures that are upon us. But if we're thinking biblically and the Spirit of God is able to quicken our minds and our hearts, then we will be able to endure afflictions because we'll think about them properly. And that'll cause us, instead of being on the defense, the next phrase says, do the work of an evangelist, a gospeler. We will be on the offense, wanting to get the gospel out if we are thinking properly. And then that'll allow us to make full proof of the ministry that God has given to us. This is very helpful as we think of all that we are facing in this very unusual day. Be careful what you do listen to, be careful what you do read, but you will hear things and you will come across things and you will just sense the spirit of the day and the oppression of the evil one. Keep your minds alert spiritually. Be in the Word of God. Be under good preaching and teaching. Keep yourself in the faith, and you'll be able to endure the pressures, and you will be able then to get, as I said, on the offense and get truth to those that need it, to be able to really make an impact for the Lord. And so today, maybe just write on something or have something in front of you, but make it your theme today to be watching, to be thinking right, to allow the Spirit of God control your mind. Don't go into neutral. That's the devil's playground. Stay very much aware of your God and depend upon Him. Make sure everything's right between you and the Lord. And I promise you, God will help you endure. He will give you opportunities. He'll give you divine appointments. Today can be a great day. No matter what time it is that you watch this, God can do a mighty work if we will watch in all things.